Hello my darlings. So today we're the 11th of May and this is the day of the last retrograde of Venus from the Olympic Games 8 years ago, 2012 till now. This is our heart frequency and this is a video to help all of us stay in the heart now. We have to be true brave heart warriors. We're going through the 101 gateway, which is the 101 Dalmatians, the black and white. It is the Boa and Jacqueline pillars. You know, I listened a little bit to the radio today and my goodness, we have got to walk amongst the completely traumatized Jack and Jills, Brad and Janets, all of humanity who have not got past their trauma. You know, this has been extreme psychological abuse, this locking up of the people, and it was done to coincide with the retrograde of the planets about to happen now and to close us in to this tip of the Milky Way. I'll show you here. So we've got the ring and we've got Venus right now on the tip of Capella. This is the sacrificed she-goat. For the 1st of May, there was a story in the English newspapers of a woman who cut her daughter's head off and was found walking in the streets of London with the head in a bag. And this is the representation of killing the goat, Capella, cap, decapitation, the cap of the Liberty Pole. And this is the tip of the Milky Way, and on this side of the tip we have got Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter doing their dance to Capricorn, the high cardinal, twin peak to Aquarius, which we are returning to for the 21st of the 12th conjunction. So whilst we have Venus that is about to do her last dance over Aldebaran retrograde starting from today, starting from the tip of this last trumpet, the hunting horn, the horn of the cow, which we've been told is a bi-bull, because it's the two bulbs of the electromagnetic spin. This is one of the 4 fixed stars, so we've got the 4 fixed stars, Aldebaran, Westway, Antares, Eastway, we've got Fomalhaut, the north, and we have Regulus, the south. So there's Regulus down here. So Fomalhaut opposite Regulus, Aldebaran opposite Antares, and the new twin peaks that we're going into, we're going to have these guys. We're going to have Taurus and Aries at the bottom. We're going to have Scorpio and Libra at the top. We're going to have Fomalhaut, Aquarius and Capricorn on the westway, and we're going to have the Solomon gates on the east, the sun and the moon, Regulus, Leo and Cancer moon. So that's the sun and the moon, and they become the east. So we're right in this journey now. We've got the ring here, and I'm going to take you through the Truman Show that I saw last night, which is basically telling us everything like the film Catch-22. We're right there, gang, and we're about to hit the tempest. Just like in the Truman Show, he has to go on in that storm, confront his fears, and we have to stay very focused. This reminds me really of my years I spent doing cross-country eventing with horses, which was really a beautiful time in my life. I wouldn't be able to do that again today because obviously competition has nothing to do with me, but it was part of me becoming a warrior. And the whole art of riding a horse across cross-country is focus, line, balance. Before you get on your horse, you hear the countdown and you're off, you have walked the course many times before, you've analysed each jump, you've calculated your strides, and you've calculated the line and the timing that you're going to take to be within the time and to come home clear. And same thing when I did swimming competitions. It's very much like being in a dream when you're completely in balance and focused and on your correct middle path. And this is how we're going to get through the storm. Focus, line, balance. And it's a wonderful feeling to get to the other side safe, with no refusals, no fall. You know, in the old days when I did my cross country, there would be people who were killed just before I was out on the cross country. I would have to wait for the ambulance to take a competitor away, and you just have to stay completely focused to get through to the other side. And this is what we're going to be doing now. We are going to become these brave hearts, and we've got the last petal now. So I'm going to show you this last petal. So we put this back on. So this is Venus right now on El Nath. You can go and catch up. I'm not going to be able to take you through all my posts from my last video because I do so many. You can find my work on Victoria Cotton Wheel. My Victoria Cotton account is completely not in use anymore. Or my Petronelle de Papillon page. So you can follow all my posts there. But let's just watch this and then I'll show you the Olympics. So this is today, and if you see, Venus is about to go over. She rules Taurus and Libra. We had a full moon in Libra. So this is very much the energy of the full moon in Libra. And Venus, this is the cow, and Venus Libra is masculine air, and that is the Luciferian. That is Moses, the snake on the pole. He says, look to the snake. Those who are bit will live. That means those who have found the wisdom. And there we see Venus carrying on. So at the same time that she's going to be doing this, so it's going to go on until the 8th. This is 40 days and 40 nights. We will have Mercury, Pluto's already begun, Saturn and Jupiter all going retrograde, and I'm going to be showing you this. So let's just go back to the Olympics. So the London Olympics, yeah, we have to be patient with. So here, remember the famous Zion, and the 5 rings of the Olympics represent this this last Fibonacci flower of life that Venus is making, which they are going to be turning into their Baphomet, Lucifer our Lord, 5-pointed star, all these 5 rings of the Olympics. So it began on the 27th of July. So I'll show you this, 2012. Right, so let's watch Venus. So here's Venus. So June, May, for May the 11th, today she was on exactly the same place as she is today, 8 years later. She's finishing her flower. And exactly like today, she did exactly the same journey. And she goes from the North Horn to the South Horn, which is very much what we're about to have. We're about to have the Midsummer Night's Dream full solar eclipse on Prince William's birthday, who I presume is their Antichrist. And he is the Sun King, the Lion King. They want to keep us in Leo, which is the East Gates that we're going to be going on here. The East Gates, Leo, and this is the true Twin Peaks here, Capricorn. Capricorn, and Aquarius, the true third eye, the thalamus. So we're going to have a Midsummer Night's Dream solstice. I'll be showing that to you. Let's move forward to now. And then we've got on the winter solstice, we've got the famous conjunction here of Saturn and Jupiter. And this is why I have open here. And you must go and watch this. This is Lavette, the symbology of the 2020 conjunction. And she's explaining this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let him go again. These are the fingers of this famous conjunction. It is the gateway through, and it is not where we are to be trapped in the all-seeing eye, which is basically the other tip of the Milky Way. Here, okay, yeah. So here, Deneb, Vega, Altair, and as I speak, we've got the moon right on Altair. So you see, yeah, we'll come back to now. So the moon is actually here. So here we have Saturn still in Capricorn, Jupiter, and these guys are going to start going back as well. So there they go. They're both going back into Sagittarius. So this is going to be the absolute tempest. As you see, this is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So Jupiter is going to go just up to there, and then they start to go forwards, and then we have, watch them, they're coming together, and boom, for the 21st of the 12th they are completely conjunct, and this is what many people call Nibiru, and this is where we have the hand. So we've got here the thumb in Pisces. We've got Saturn and Jupiter, the index finger, and the other finger next to it, and then we've got the little finger, and that's the Sun and Mercury, little finger, and the finger next to it. That is the live long and prosper. This is the gateway through, and they want to trap us on this other tip of the Milky Way in this triangle, which is their 3, 6, 9. Sagittarius is the 9th house, and the twins, Mercury, are Gemini and Virgo, and 9. They don't want us to get through the invisible realm, the unconscious collective, the beast of the uncollective. This is Moby Dick that they want us to bring up. This is their Luciferian, this is the Luciferian dragon, which is Mars. There's Mars right in that V for victory, which is what I'm going to be showing you. You know, V is 22 Tav, and we will have passed. We're coming up to our 5th precession of the equinoxes since this 26,000 year wheel, and they want to trap us in the last 5th V, but you've got to get past this 4th. So V is 22, V is 88. Those are the 88 constellations, and with the 12 signs, we're going to get through the 101, 88 and 12 is 101. It's the gateway that we're going through. So this is what we're doing, gang. We are going to walk anti-clockwise to the flow of the mind controlled among us, and hopefully we will be able to spread our courage and love to as many people as possible who are ready to walk. This is the scene in Midnight Express. So midnight is the winter solstice. It is the great conjunction that we're coming up to on the 21st of the 12th. And he walks against, we have to walk against all these people who are following the mainstream. Midnight is the winter solstice, and it is also the 10th door, 10 Downing Street. They want to put the Twin Peaks to the bottom. That's what this little fake astrologer was doing, saying that Saturn is at the bottom. Saturn is the only planet to rule 2 signs, 2 ages side by side. Hence, only 144,000 make the kingdom, because the sun does 72 degrees per age, so 72 plus 72 is the 144,000. So he walks against, here we've got this character, Jupiter, the tall, big man. This represents Jupiter, who is trying to stop him, and he finds Jacob's ladder, the steps out of Plato's cave. He has the courage to say, I am the one that makes the machine. He says, you're a bad machine. And he says, I make the machine. And very much like in the Truman Show, when you are no longer observed, you become the observer. We cannot get trapped in this new brave world if we are able to observe now this divine comedy. And that's when he tells him, he has the courage, after these years of brainwashing in the prison, to say, I make the machines, I decide. And he makes it out, and that is what we're going to do. So we're going through Boris Johnson, Bob a blowjob. We are going to pay our bill to get through the gates. That's what the Bill Gates is. It's all massive fear, darlings. And, you know, this is the black and white. This is Babylon and Judaism trying to merge as one singularity to keep us trapped. And we are going through these pillars. There is the High Priestess, Virgo, and there we've got the Mercury sign. Mercury, they want to make this the mother, the father, and Mercury, salt, sulfur, and Mercury, but we have merged our DNA strands and we make the High Cardinal Woman. We are not. They're using Taurus, the 3 earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Taurus is the character of Helen of Troy, Eris, that rides the bull with her corona crown of 13 stars, Aka Ophicus. Aka, this character here, Ophicus, that wages a never-ending war with the snake. He didn't find the wisdom of Libra, the snake on the pole, the judgment, because Scorpio is about to become this eagle. This is where we are now. This is the triangle. This is the eye. The 2 hands of God. For me, we had on the second, we had the hand of God. On the other side, we had the 2 hands of Fatima. So I'll show you this. 26 it was. Here we go. So here we've got the thumb on this side. So this is the upside down hand of God, and we're going to have the upright hand of God for the conjunction. So here we've got the thumb on this side. We've got Jupiter and Saturn. We've got a conjunction of Mercury and the Sun. So that Mercury, he's hidden under there. Sun, Mercury, and Mercury had just come out of a retrograde over the true third eye. So I'll show you that. There he goes. He did a retrograde over the true third eye, and then he was conjunct with the Sun, and we had the hand of God in this other direction. So we had the little finger and the finger next to it, then we had the other 2 fingers, and we had the thumb. And then for the 21st of the 12th, there's going to be here. So this is the V that the Harlequin, beehive that they want to block us in when Scorpio is going to merge with Libra for the top of the solstice as these guys become the West, male, female. The wheel is going from 12 to 8. That's why in my village, D'Artagnan lives next to us. This is the D'Artagnan character, the Four Musketeers, and it's the dart in Aignan. So Aignan is where the labyrinth is, which is this heart passage that we are living now. Okay, let's go back to now. So I'm going to show you the Truman Show now. So I have to find it hiding underneath here. Okay, darling, so we're at the Truman Show. So I was compelled to watch this film last night. I never watch cinema. I find it far too disturbing as the observer. But I made myself watch this. I've spoken about it throughout my blogs and all the work I've done over the years, but I just guessed what was going on. I didn't really take the time to watch it. So you see, here he is looking at himself, the observer, through the mirror before he's woken up, and he is in fact the main character of a live, what's it called when you put people in rooms and watch them? It's gone out of my mind, but so this was before that period. This film was from 1998, and he's looking in the mirror, he's looking back, and the first thing we see, I'll stop the sound, is this scene here. So he's just found, let's go back a little bit. So this is how we all are in our programmed state. So that's probably a sign. I haven't looked at that yet. 36, of course. 36 is the same as 369. There are 36. The wheel it has every sign is separated into 30 degrees. That's 3 decans, and the wheel is therefore ends at 36. We're at the end of the wheel. Okay, so here we go. Everyone else are actors. He doesn't know it. Because this is what I say, when I do my readings, I'm looking at a chart. I always begin my readings with people and I explain that the wheel is our guitar, and the planets are the actors, and they are playing out on the scenes, the houses that they are in the energy. Each house always remains in the original energy, even if you are rising Virgo, so your first house is in Virgo, it will still be planets in that first house under the energy of the Aries energy, and the planets are reading the script of the sign that they're in, and the planets show themselves to us through the people in our lives. The people in our lives are the mirror to show us who we are. So when, for example, I have Saturn conjunct my Sun, so I've had some very hard, unjust people, men in my life. Sun represents the man, the father, until I own that Saturn energy. And so this is exactly the wheel that we are in. This is, people talk about it being the dome, flat earth, but there is no flat earth. We are in the eye of the beholder. And look, we've got these famous Harlequin signs here too of the V's. So this is very important now. You see the 101 Dalmatian, Cruella de Vile. This is the Boaz and Jacqueline pillars of black and white. And the 101, this is the dog, Sirius, the dog god. So we are in this fake realm of passage where we have to make it back into the Twin Peaks, which is ruled by the keeper of the four corners, Sirius. Spelt Cyrus, which is also Osiris or Sirius. And so they show us the dog, and we're being kept in this, we're being guarded, watched by the dog. And Cruella de Vile represents the Ice Queen from Narnia, which is that high cardinal Capricorn energy of the goat that we're going back to, and the government is taking over her energy. They tell us we're going back onto the fixed cross, but they don't tell us that we are going back to the Twin Peaks Maltese Templar cross, which is when we leave the mutable skull and bone signs 3, 6, 9, 12, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, 12th door Pisces spin. We have had our years of transmutation and we are now returning to the Twin Peaks. So black and white represents this last axis we've been on, Pisces, Virgo, which is just Jesus, Mary Magdalene, or Corona Victor. We have to turn our grapes, our lungs, to return to the opposite spirit, the place of the invisible, Jesus, to become spirit again, from the mortal being to the spirit. So this is the black and white, and Cruella de Vile is the nasty, terrible woman who is trying to help you to get through the fires of hell, as I am. And because Capricorn is ruthless, you either have the compassion or you're ruthless, and that is the energy of Capricorn if you're still in your program state. Okay, so the next scene. So you see the dog is guarding him. He's afraid of the dog. He hasn't merged with the animals. And boom. One of the light projectors from his illusion falls down, and we are shown very clearly that it is Sirius. And this is where the head of the snake has been for the past 18 months. He leaves in September. The head and the tail move into Scorpio Taurus, which will be the new solstice. And all that we're living now is because the head and the tail have been on Sirius, and we see 9. So here we have, let's go back to now. Okay, let's go back to now, please. Up, yeah, we're back to now. So here we have Sirius, the dog star, which is underneath Merlin, and for this 21st of June full solar eclipse, it's going to be on the wand of Merlin. Orion's belt. Orion is the same personality. This is Odin, Orion. This is Sirius, and they use the Taurus Fate Philosopher's Stone, which is the heart gateway, as their green man that they've put up here, the Jolly Green Giant, which is your Michael J. Ryan of The Who, or your Greta, Whore of Babylon, Virgo. Those that don't get through this CV, Cruella de Vil CV, which is the opposite spin to viticulture, which is from matter, grapes, to spirit. So there's Sirius. So the head of the snake is on Sirius. He's going to move into Taurus in September, but he was being here for 18 months, and he was there for the wedding of Princess Diana and Charlie, and we saw them walk up the red carpet of St. Paul's to the altar, and this is where we have Saturn and Jupiter right now about to do their retrograde dance underneath Altair, the phoenix. This is the 33 Scottish rites, the phoenix that we see of the Nazis. This is their spin, tempest, that we are about to live, so that we don't make it into the true coming solstice, that we're going to start to feel the energy from September, because the tail of the snake will be in Scorpio and the head will come into Taurus. And they want to then crown us for that 18 months. You see, it's the other way round, because the head, this is going to be the new solstice up here. Okay, so there's Sirius, and that's how that film is telling us that this is the time we're living now. They want to keep us on this masculine axis, which is Gemini. Here's Gemini, and Sagittarius, which is male, male, and it is the other axis from the feminine, Pisces, Virgo. That is the skull and bone cross. Pisces, Virgo, Jupiter, Mercury, Sagittarius, Gemini, Jupiter, Mercury, MJ, Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger. You know, this is the Michael Jackson, the masks, all the bullshit. So, coming back to the Truman Show, I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but you must go and watch this film. So we've got his friend who works at the Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is, and then we've got the twins. So Gemini, he's got his two little twins friends. They want to keep us in this energy of the twins that don't grow up. And this is also the Free Martin. This is the bulls. It is the Free Martin twins that they create this new Free Martin female that will be 70% of the females in a brave new world, because they behave as men. This is the Me Too feminist. The embryo in the womb takes the hormones of the male twin and they become two boys. So it looks like a girl but behaves like a man and is sterile. Aldebaran, barren. So, you know, this is what's going on with this last petal. They're trying to flatten us into this barren, sterile singularity. So there we've got Kaiser, which is the K or the G, which if you go and watch this of the symbology of 2020, you must go and watch it, of Lavette. She explains the K is the same as the G in Arabic. So they show us this cock. Now the cock is the French, it is the symbol in alchemy of Mercury. It is the sun, and it is their Sun King Louis. There we've got again the sun arc to keep us trapped in this half 22. So his father, see, he goes through immense trauma, as we all have on Earth, and these traumas that we live are to stop us, to make us so afraid. He was so afraid of losing his father that he was unable then to face his biggest dream, which was to go to leave this play that he's in. And his father comes back 22 years later, again, like catch 22, 22. 22 is half of 44. We need the four-wheel drive to make the 4 spins, to spin ourselves in both directions, to open our heart and to not be afraid of this Luciferian gateway that we're going through. We don't want to get stuck in it. So there you've got the arc, the sun, and this whole place, they've got the moon. The moon is the filming company, which is the recycling, where we're recycled. In the kingdom, there will be no need for the sun and the moon, because the tail and the head of the snake, north-south node, the hypothetical points of the ecliptic path of the sun and the moon, it's what gives us eclipses, will have merged. We will have merged our mother and father complex, and we become the Twin Peaks, Aquarius, air, heaven, and Capricorn, earth, mother. So, so he's beginning to wake up. He's looking at pictures of his father because he saw his father as a tramp in the play. It's a little bit like us when we realise that all these characters of the Who are, many of them are members of the Belgian royal family. They're all actors. We are surrounded by actors. It really is, they live. We are only a few angels. He's called an angel in this film. True, organic people, not copy-paste people. And he's beginning to wake up, and look what they show us. Did you see the eagle? This is from Sirius to the Phoenix eagle. Up. So it's when his wife comes down the stairs. So I'm sure that's 9, 10, 11, well 9, 11, here we go, 9, 11, we'll show 9, 11, and this is, there is Altair, okay, so there we've been shown that when we're on this line, this is when they're going to trap us. We are being shown, it's a lovely film, it shows us that we can be brave like him, he gets through his traumas, and we can get out of this all-seeing eye, this film production that's filming us. We've got all our ancestors on the other side. We have our twin flames waiting for us on the other side. Who is brave enough to get through their traumas, to get through to the other side, okay? So, let's just, I don't want to keep too much. So, he becomes more and more aggressive as he realizes that his wife is against it, it's all a trap, exactly what we've all been through. They show us the skull and bone cross. Now, they show us all the coronavirus. We've got the hospitals the whole time. You see Pisces, Leviathan, the whale of the unconscious, is... it does represent hospitals and nurses, institutions. So here we go, they've all got their masks on. This is what we're being shown. His wife is about to do surgery, basically. And they show us in the film a shot of the barbers. And I'm not sure, we see the lorry, see the Willy Wonka, the barbers, the Rockefellers, the pirates. And there was another thing there. They show us to be afraid of traveling film. This is what the world, this is the brave new world that we're going to be led into completely. So look, travelers be aware, terrorist, disease, wild animals. It's all fear porn. It's all, and we've got the whole cruise thing going on. It all began with the cruise. This is from the pirates to the pilots. They want to take over Air Aquarius. To become the pilots. They don't tell us we're merging with Capricorn. So that's them showing us. And you've got the big boats in here. So they've got the aeroplane. And look, it could happen to you. This is 5G. We are going to walk through this pop-off. And we're going to set off with the 5G towers, their free energy that they will be living off in this fake dome world. It's our departure through the other side of the mirror that's going to set off. These are our veins. This is the 5G pop-off, keeping you in the fear. It's all predicative programming. It's all subconscious fear. So as he wakes up, he is stopped. So this is the big journey. We see him going over the bridge, over troubled water. And when he tries to escape, everything turns against him. So, there are a lot of people at the moment who are wanting to buy land and begin to start there's the bridge. Can he make it over the bridge? He's afraid of the water. He's afraid of the bridge over troubled water. This is where we're all at now. Can you make it over the bridge? I have been trying for the past 12 years. I'm on my second property now, and I have just constant agents stopping me getting what I want, exactly like him trying to leave. When you try to leave, all the agents come. But you get to a certain level where we are now, where we can get through. So then now look, we're shown all the false attacks. We're shown the fires, forest fire, extreme danger. So we've been through the gates of Babylon this summer. And this is the fires of Australia. That was this summer. We went through the Lion Gates. They had G7 in Biarritz, which is 46 chromosomes. Bill Gates has 32 bits and 64 bits when I'm 64. We merge the Microsoft. And then they show us, now look, her cherry. This is the twin cherries. This is the cerise sur le gâteau. She's got her cross here, the fixed cross. The Florence Nightingale. Okay, so then we're going to see what we've got. We've gone through the fires, and now we've got nuclear. There we've got the famous Ezekiel, wheels within wheels, the nuclear pop-off, the Mary Poppins. Yeah, you just saw it. Okay, I'm not very good at keeping it up. I daren't put the sound on because they'll probably take it all off. And now, of course, they're all dressed in World War II clothing, which is exactly like in Catch-22, because we are living the V-angle distance between Aries, Uranus in Aries for World War II, and Uranus in Aries now, fire. This is the wheels of Ezekiel there. So there's the nuclear. I forgot to stop it again, but you saw it. You've got all the speakers, and here we have, this is, you know, this is from the fires, and this is what we're going to be living. I mean, the whole thing showed, there's the eagle on his hat always. This is what we're going to be living with all this disease crap. You know, all the crisis actors, it's all fake. And, you know, nobody wants them to get past. And this is what we've got to get through. This is showing us they've got their testers to test our temperature, his gun. And he comes home and he's being real and raw, and she is behaving like in Stepford Wives. You know, as soon as people have had their vaccines, we are going to be completely confronted with these Stepford Wives who fear anybody who is ready to escape, leave this realm. And this is what we're living. Okay, so, you know, then we get to all the bit where we've got this god, Sirius, the god dog, and then I'm not going to, then again, there's always the Garda, the guardian, that bull, that dog. And then we see he gets out, he manages to escape, and he's brave enough to get his boat going, to sail his boat through the tempest, through the stormy waters. And we see all the weather manipulation, because you have this Sirius god pushing the buttons for the storms, so it's all nice and calm. And here come the storms. He's trapped in this, and this is, you know, what we've all had to face. So then they put him through the hell, they put him through the storms. This is the storms here, and he survives. He's still alive here. I have to go watch the film. And he makes it up the steps out of this, you know, here we have again this arc, and he makes it through, and he makes it up the steps, and he meets his twin flame. He meets his twin flame, and this is, we've all got our twin flames waiting on the other side for us. So there he is, walking up the stairs. I'm not very good at coming back to that. Okay, that's enough of Truman. I take you through this post. How many V's for victory do you need to see to work it out? V is 22 Tav. And we are at the last compass, V angle. 22 plus 22 plus 22 plus 22 is the 88 through the mirror of deception. plus the 12 signs, is the 101 gateway to become the observer of self, outer here. It's all about the precession of the equinoxes of the wheel. Not for nothing they put William Blake V onto St. Paul's this Christmas crossover. World War II to now is a double V711, all the same thing. Angles to trap you in the Harlequin beehive. It's all about the Ike, David and Eisenhower bridge to lead you into a fake lol piece. So I'll just take you through these pictures. So this is apparently the stay home sign. We've got the pedophile colours. We've got the hearts trapping us in the heart, but we're going through this last buckle now. There are the two V's upside down from World War II to now to trap us. And this is the ram, Aries. It is not the goat. There is the 5-pointed star. And we're ending Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. And this is the axis we're leaving. And this is the Sirius opposite Altair that they want to keep us on. This is the spin. And we're about to have the Taurus. They worship the bull for her material. The bull is all about our values. This is a time to find your values. And once you let go of your material values, you can step into the heart and the spiritual black magic woman. So here we have Charles de Gaulle, the liberation on the Arc de Triomphe, which is the 12 wheels. There are 12 roads that go from l'Étoile, which is the spider web, and it's returning to 8. They want to keep us in the mutable 12 when the wheel goes back to 8. And there's Ike Eisenhower for the liberation. So liberty, equality, fraternity is just the 777 of the triangle of, but you need to get through the 12th door of obscurity. You know, if you can't get past obscurity, there's no real liberty, equality, or fraternity. So here is the William Blake that was lit up on top of St. Paul's. Peter and Paul were leaving St. Paul's, which is Pisces, on the mosque, on the mask, on the tits, the titty of the top of the mosque. And this is the last V to trap us under the V for victory of the war till now. And there it is, trapping us. So Kill Bill, these are the 4 corners, the 4 L's that we need for that left-right spin. And Bill is the billy goat. So the billy goat with all our anger and hate to kill, not pay the bill, to get through the gate. We are actually killing the woman. And there is that V, that last V. And this is the yellow-red axis. Yellow Asia, red Aquarius, air America, and they want to kill the black Capricorn. So there's from the war to now William Blake stuck in the V for victory. That's why my great-great-great-grandfather that I spoke about wrote this book of poems, Visions in Verse. And that's why I subconsciously, as a young child, just before I was married off at 16, I did a dance. I called myself Vicky Valentine, and I dressed myself up. I did this dance to the Mel Gibson, Hi There People, you know me, used to run a little joint called Gemini, in suspenders and the Nazi gear. And I did this dance, and I just, if you remember Curiosity Killed the Cat, they did an album that was called, I just saw this yesterday, Social Distance, which, so, you know, we've really, everything has been prepared for this time. And then I did my Vicky Vibes in Paris, so I was unconsciously in this VV, but we're getting through the real V for Victory gang. So here again, we have the snake's tongue here. This is what we're being led into. This is the Antichrist, Prince William's birthday. Here is the tea cozy, T-Rex Scotty. And that is your Mars, Saturn and Jupiter, Mercury and the Sun conjunction for live long and prosper. We're going to make it through this V, through this gateway gang. There's that V again, the horns, and this is the 5-pointed star of the Pirates. You need to find the wisdom of Libra, the apple of when we were split, Adam and Eve, and that's what the 322 Skull and Bones is about. When man has found the wisdom, you know, this is when they trap us. So this is what we're living now, the 2 spins, and they want to stop us, to block us in this 5-pointed star. Here she is, the flower. That's what flower power was about. Flower power was, you know, it's all been programming for now. This is the DNA. So we've got the 3 and the 5, which are the 3 phases of the moon, and the 5 that they want to block us in. It's 8 phases of the moon, and the sun does the anima, analemma, analamma, which is the 8-8, and they want to trap us in the 5-3. This is the horseshoe. At the beginning of the film of the Truman Show, you see Paramount Pictures, and you see this mountain, which is the V. This is the King Louis, who built himself, you know, keeping us in half beast, half horse, half man, and that is the Milky Way that I showed you, the 2 tips of the Milky Way. So we've got Venus now on top, on the horn, on El Nat, above Capella, and this is Deneb, the crucifixion. This is the last V. The horse has 4 feet, the 4, and there we are, trapped. We're not trapped, gang. We're moving out of here. And this is their fake New Age Golden Dawn, keeping us trapped in this triangle of the fake lights. And this is the snake tongue splits, and we are going to be taking the middle path. Here we've got the V, and again, this is Salman, and that's why Nat got lost at the rocks of Salamandra, feminine, the true 101 gateway. And that's why he got stuck on the rocks, gang. I know that, because we've opened the true Solomon wisdom mon. They've made it into a man, Sal man. Sal means dirty man. Okay. And this is a famous French film where we see this last V upside down, La Belle Histoire. It's just a story. And there's a lovely song in that film, which is from, which is The Wheels Within Wheels. Dusty Springfield sings a song too about, okay, so there is the snake tongue. And this is trapped in the 13 stars. There is no 13th sign. There is no Ophiuchus. We are leaving. They want to keep us trapped here in the snake, in the 13 crown. There's the crown here. We are moving into the Twin Peaks. And Aquarius carries the snake of his partner of air, Libra. There, we found the wisdom. We don't get trapped. We do the sexual transmutation. That's what, you know, it's like being at school. That's why when I was at school, I was always the one being the idiot, dancing on the tables. I remember once when my teacher said to me, she looked at me and she said, Victoria, so angry she was. She said, Victoria, what are you going to do? And I looked at her and I said, what do you mean, what am I going to do? I'm always going to be okay. And that's how I feel now. And this is what they hate the most, is people who carry that inner strength, that inner knowing. Hope, faith, and charity is our key out to find the last door to get through this last corner. They want to keep us in liberty, equality, fraternity, in those 3 Marys, when we're coming up to this high Mary here. Okay, this is why South Africa won. This is why I don't trust completely the Max Crow House guy, because he always has this flag showing in his videos. A few other things I've seen, the Peacock of Pan. Okay, we're going down my Facebook page. I have no idea who these characters are. I think that this Judy, Punch and Judy lady is somebody who's doing vaccine videos. Something called Plandemic. Yeah, load of bullshit. So here we've got the, you know, they're all actors. They're actors. I don't even want to go into it. I don't even know who these people are. It's just too below me. Too below me. So yeah, go and look up Wikipedia, Baphomet. These are the hermaphrodites. These are the people who cheat to get into the Twin Peaks. And look what she's done to her daughter, coming out of hormone treatment. I mean, it's just evil. Evil. So this is something important I wrote. A couple, I've got so much that I've done, but I'm going to just read you 2 things to finish off this video. And I'll show you also quickly the retrogrades that we're going to have. Please be aware that we are about to hit the heart of the tempest, time of the East. It's all about trying to keep us stuck in the Solomon passage of Leo Cancer, the East doors, when we want the West way doors. Aquarius, Capricorn, Sphinx East, Giza West. They try to tell us it's Orion's belt, West way, but no, the new West way is Aquarius and Capricorn. The MWMM Milky Way, the V or L or 7 is the compass. It's the angle between each solstice, equinox. Changing of the guards, equinox shift. Every 6,000 years we had another V, so we're entering the last leg angle, the spin of the 4 legs, the 4-4-wheel drive. Akka D4, D4, D-Day, Doomsday. I think this is going to be the 9th of the 9th or the 9th of the 11th. V22, V22, V22 is 66. You need the 4th V to make the HH88. Plus the 12 signs gateway. It should be a natural passage back to the closing of the Milky Way that expands and contracts. But those in fear will become evil with this cobra thrust backlash. The negative spin that starts the 11th of the 5th today, Venus goes retro over the bullseye, Aldebaran, the fake philosopher's sword in the stone, the dart in Enyon, D'Artagnan for 40 days and nights. She is the true heart feminine energy they wish to kill. Venus that rules Omega, Libra, and Taurus the cow, turned into a Bible, is going to be the division bell. You have been programmed to attack what you fear. The witch hunt is on. After those of us that have found the Libra, Sophia, snake on the pole, we've just had a full moon in Libra, the lost wisdom, we were bit, and we will live on into the true Saturn, Aquarius, Capricorn, Father Air, Mother Air, Twin Peaks. But those not ready want to crucify us, Akka, what they fear. We still have a chance to make this whirlpool, whirlwind, Oregon, orangutan, orage in French is a storm, clockwork orange, King Louis of the 369 swinger's journey through the storm, but it means being in the eye of the beholder. It means being able to find the invisible 4th leg, the 12th swinging door of Pisces, because the Tesla energy is being fueled by this tempest, the trap. They will keep you in liberty, fraternity, and quality. It is not possible without obscurity. Your fear is feeding the 5G towers that will be the true kill-off to come, or you fill your heart with 5th element frequency and the 5th 5D rings, petals, build gateway through. It's not really the rings, but they are the beautiful flower power. Think of that flower power. You fly as the phoenix above the crap, one with that energy, and you will become untouchable. Then Saturn on the 12th of the 5th starts retro backwards, then Jupiter on the 14th of the 5th goes retro, and Pluto is already retro from the 6th. Then Mercury goes retro to the 14th of June in his home Gemini, so above Sirius, for 3 weeks, just before the midsummer 21st of June, night's dream, full solar eclipse in Gemini. That is massive swing, gang. Are you ready to get centered in your heart? And let no fear move you to feel safe and secure. Taurus is all about security, values, and feeling safe in your worth. Hold on tight to your coconuts. This is going to be no ordinary BJ, Boaz and Jacqueline blowjob. 21st of June, we have full solar eclipse of Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. 9-9, the good Jupiter, the bad Saturn, and the ugly Pluto go forward. I'm not sure if it's exactly that day, but it is for Jupiter and Saturn. I reckon this will be the D-Day energy all to block the gateway into 2112 winter solstice 2020. You've got to get through the fire of the great balls of fire, wheels within wheels, Ezekiel, to come and stay in the middle. And here we have the 4 signs, and this is our ability to return from the mere mortal back to spirit and to merge those two. And Cream did an album Wheels of Fire. So there you see Amy Winehouse with the Sirius dog. She was killed by 93 dogs, which is the same thing as 3639. She has come back. She is the corona. She represents that people are too afraid to get to the 12th door. Spirit, BBC, is the opposite of the 322 skull and bone spin, which is CV. 3 is C, 22 is V, and BBC is the opposite direction spin. It is 223 or whatever. Yeah, 223. So you know all that. So this is very important. I think I'll finish with this. This is the 12th sign, Pisces. This is the journey of the hero. We have to go through the fires of the 101 gateway. And this is, so, you know, they put it at the top. This can be considered Aquarius, Capricorn at the top and Solomon at the bottom. You know, whether it's really the east-west doors. For me, I work it out like Scorpio and Libra coming to the top, Taurus and Aries at the bottom, Aquarius and Capricorn here, and the sun and the moon, Solomon here. So in any case, you know, those of us who've crossed the threshold, we've gone through the trials of failure, growth, new skills, death and rebirth, revelation, finally changes, atonement, get the gift, return, changed, end. This is the true journey of the hero. But we got to get past this invisible beast, and I will read this to you. The hero's journey is the one who finds their compass, the navigator that recognizes the 12 seasons archetypes within them, as Truman does on his little boat. Now, on his little boat, they show him with a wheel of only 6 when we're going back to the 8 wheel to keep us stuck in this 369. Because all those true heroes you hate are showing you your higher self. It's a game of mirrors in this realm. Just as the 12 signs embody your every season, so do you. And each season month has a night negative and day positive side to them. If you only see the bad in others, you refuse your dark side and it grows bigger until you reach the 12th house Pisces, the invisible realm of fear and fog and confusion. It's the place of spirituality and dreams. It's the place of the deep blue sea where the whales live. Aka Charlie, Prince of Wales, Aka Charles de Gaulle. It's all a reflection, World War II to now. And if you haven't opened your heart compassion for the love of all humanity, this is the saddest thing I see. People saying, oh, well, it's okay if everybody dies. Oh, well, it's okay if we eat people because we've been eating animals. You know, you have to have love and compassion for your human, for one another. You know, to hug each other. Stop it. Stop all this social distancing. You know, only love can win. So if you haven't opened your heart, compassion for the love of all humanity, you hate the hero within you, because they give you fake heroes every time you clap the pharmaceutical beast, green pan man, Mr. Tumnus. You remain half beast, or CC33, climate change, crap, crucifixion, Greta, piggy longstocking. You remain the child. Your collective unconscious ignorance and comfort zone is bringing up Leviathan, the beast of denial. Green is your heart way through the gate when you have paid your bill, and Jesus represents the 12th house Pisces. Greta represents Amy Winehouse, the grapes of your lungs. Virgo, that's why you saw her healthy then dead, to kill your alchemical path of viticulture. VC is the opposite spin to Cruella de Vile. This is, you know, you've got to be in the middle. Wine to spirit, again, is VC, and CV is the opposite spin. Reversed is a negative journey home. The 12th door is the gate to God within you, and he is a grown-up. The thalamus, the lamb, us, lies down with Solomon, the lion, Leo, and Cancer, Kali. You see, Cancer is opposite Capricorn. It's the fires of hell that we have to get through in the hero's journey. They show us. This is Kali. This is Cancer on top, Capricorn. This is, we're going to have the solstice, the full eclipse on Midsummer Night's Dream, and then we're going to have the great conjunction on the winter solstice. You've got to get through your fear. So, 101, lol, Lucifer, our Lord, the South. North is the Twin Peaks home. Be the Lamb, Bethlehem. Be the High Cardinal, Capricorn Mother, and Aquarius Father to yourself. How I wish you could be in the joy of this game and laugh and smile as the fool does. Because the fake 13th sign they have given you is the door out of here, back home to the center, to your twin higher self. And those who enjoy tricks or treats are liars to themselves. You are the hero you are waiting for. There is no 13th sign, Queen Bee. You see, 13 is a bee. It's just a 3 with a Shakespeare up it. Acker, the flesh, is a death trap. Take the path of the hero to your spirit home. You see, there is Ophiuchus, and we want to get in the middle. So, yeah, comfortably numb. Comfortably numb means you are stuck in your lower chakras, red, orange, yellow. You've got to get through green, the heart, to make indigo blue and ultraviolet white, crown, or you become ultraviolent. It's your flame that burns you alive. You find your spirit, your higher immortal self, or your fire burns you in flesh. And you need to connect to as above, so below. That means walking through the thorns and burning, purging your material needs and fears. The rose has thorns. Okay. So yeah, this is what people do. It's raining and they're standing on those little yellow social distancing. It's all too much for me. I'm not going to read you everything. This is something else. Yeah, Alan Watts. Yeah, silence of the lambs, silence of the sheep. Basically, this is where they're taking us. In French, it's called silence des agneaux, which means the rings, which is also the lamb. You've got to grow up, gang. This lovely lady, it was taken off. She's gives you all the proper, yeah. Okay. So, never approach a bull from the front or horse from the rear or an idiot from any direction. Yeah, well, okay. So I just think there's one other thing I want to read you. This is very important. This is a great questions that this girl posted. You see this snake on the 8 wheel that we're returning to, and this is the Julius Caesar sheath that we see in here, where the planets are as I'm speaking to you right now, here. Okay, that is there, Sirius, Altair. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to read you because it's important. The Middle School reality is held in place by motion. The emotions of our balance and sway chakra system is the 7 frequencies. The earth realm shifts between lower and upper beats of the planets, pendulums that keep us in our unique tones. We are moving as a collective out of the lower realm, red, orange, yellow to make green, hence why Noddyland keeps you in different zones of colours. In France has been separated in between red, orange and green because they're going to keep us afterwards in the solar plexus, the lion and the sun, LOL 101. We want to make it through the heart. They're trying to, sell green as the jolly green giant when it's our heart way through. They want to trap us in the 5-pointed star. Hence why Noddyland keeps you in different zones of colours. Those who have merged their 7 chakras may place their corona crown upon their heads and have free movement on the chessboard. Those on the hamster wheel are riding the collective bicycle into the yellow solar plexus submarine realm, the 101 LOL Lucifer land of peace at a price of never making the true heart gateway and finding a whole new frequency. If we were all above the belt, harmonized frequencies, we would be living a different reality show. But as we make this shift, there will be a split. This whole change over is a sorting and shifting of the tares from the wheat, of who will keep the lower belt conveyor belt of desire and lust turning in the machine mentality, and who will jump off the factory chain to find inner freedom. This is why we are given the BG Kill Bill gateway, when the 101 gateway is to find the wisdom of Solomon that moves us into the above belt heart. It's a passage, not a Peter Pan destination. Those who carry hate are 8, and those who see through the game become the as above, so below, perfect, double 8, HH loop through. Even if it means physical death and the golden ticket out of here. If you still can't see through the trick or treat, you keep the wheel turning, and those who have found their own inner wheel no longer need to be hamsters running after their own tail. You've got to go counterclockwise to find the middle beat gateway through. You have to be your own flow or frequency to keep a material form and continue, or you can return to spirit and leave all material ego and desire behind. It's a choice now. We have each to make, and all the puppets on the stage are just an illusion. The fifth chakra is the middle beat. The BFG 5D spin is your heart gateway through the trap, or it's the 5G trap into the lineal underworld. Mars red rules the base root chakra, ego. Jupiter orange rules the sacral desire, material flesh. The yellow solar plexus, 101 gateway to the heart, is sun and moon, Solomon wisdom. The heart is the doorway to above. It's green, ruled by Venus, and the throat is blue, ruled by Mercury, and the third eye crown is Saturn, the ultraviolet white flame of as above, so below. The critical point is when you are in that place between each breath swing, and you can remain there in your own harmony without being swept away by the divine CVVC Vinci comedy. Some of us are no longer keeping the lower realm afloat. We have merged out of the chaos, and our order is within us. Snow White is neutral. She has merged her twin Jack and Jill DNA strands, her 7 chakras, and meets her twin flame crown in the true twin peaks. So this is the law, the pendulum. Saturn is that middle beat. This is the white, the ultraviolet, the way out of inhalation, exhalation, the place between each breath. And this is what we're living with the planet swinging backwards and forwards. So here we have the 144,000 as well, 4 petals, 6 petals, 10 petals, 12, 16, 96. This is our frequency, and we can make it to this top frequency, merging all our chakras and making it through the heartway. So there are the 7 chakras, the 7 dwarfs, and she becomes that neutral point, the critical point. Okay, it's all about colour. You've got anima, spirits, corpus. This is all the alchemical process. And this is the phoenix that we're going through now. We're becoming the phoenix again. It's all music. Astrology is music. And we're going to escape. I'm not going to get stuck in that 13th sign in the middle. So this is a very good one. See, they're not always correct. That's why they put the traffic lights always at the top to stop us ever coming to this crown. And that's why you see Scorpio is going to come to the top, and Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So the Lord, the fake Lord, wants to keep us. He's tricking by taking over through Libra, masculine, Scorpio, feminine, ruled by Mars. And this is where we place our crown and we escape. Okay, so this is it. You must go and see this video and the new mag video, which is very scary and horrible, saying that, you know, the Illuminati are kind of announcing to us in a speech that there's no escape for us, people like us, and that they will, you know, torture us and all the bullshit. And this is a great video sent to me today, Rocky Mountain Apocalypse. It was brought out on the the beginning of this 8 years. There's the sword in the stone, and it's just a 9-minute video, but it basically explains everything. So from the London Olympics, this was sung, and it's a very short video, but it goes through all the alchemical process, everything I'm talking about, and everything I've been through. There we've got, see, the wheel is going to go back to 8, and this is the meridian ley line of, you know, that they want to, this is going to be the Taurus, Scorpio, Solstice. It's a very good video. So he's talking about splitting the 3 DNA, and at that time he thought the Antichrist was going to be Obama. I think it's going to be Prince William. So you see, we've got all the pandemic. He didn't know at that time it was going to be the disease. We now know that the whole opening Olympics was showing us the whole pandemic. Necessary targets. Yep, we are going to be targeted. This is the triangle, the all-seeing eye. And he takes us through everything that I've done, my old blog. He's playing a great song in here. So you see Rocky Mountain, Picnic at Hanging Rock, the Rockefellers that rule this reality, and it's, you know, basically this is everything. That's the Taurus, the two horns, the last trumpet. We're at the last trumpet now. It's about going backwards. We're at the 40 days and 40 nights. Anyway, that's a great video, and you also have to go and see Mag's video. Yeah, here it is, Mag's last video. So it's just basically to scare us. He does a little introduction, and then he lets us watch this message from the Illuminati that there's no escape. They're basically telling us there's no escape, to frighten us. And obviously there is, because we're going home to the Twin Peaks. So you must go and watch that. This is Mag Ugly Truth live. You'll change the way you look at life after seeing this. Okay, darlings, I think I've covered everything. Let's just finish looking at now again. And I think I'll show you. So we're today. So let's just watch the dances that are going to happen. There's just so much that's going to be happening now. We have Mars on the true third eye. That's the place he wants. He wants to take the Twin Peaks. We're going to be having, so I'll do more videos to explain. We're going to have Mercury. Yeah, I think Mercury we've got the Moon and Mercury, and I think Mercury will be beginning then. He will start his next retrograde over Sirius, right over Sirius. So he did his last one over the true third eye, and this will begin. He begins it. So after the solstice, we're going to have the. We're going to have this. On the 21st, we've got the sun and the moon, a black moon, a new moon on the wand. These are the Boaz and Jacqueline pillars. With Sirius, the bull. Venus is still doing her retrogrades. Mars is getting ready to come into Pisces, where it will be again for the great conjunction. So that means that Mars is going to be doing a retrograde. Oh my God. Mars is going retrograde in Pisces, the Leviathan beast as well. Yes, and it will be bang in the middle of the V for the great conjunction. There it goes, back into the V. And boom, for the great conjunction, it's right there. And this is the hand of God. This is live long and prosper. Okay, so there's so much going on. Everyone's going backwards. We are living the Tempest, gang. Hold on to your coconuts for this BJ blowjob. And don't forget to laugh, to see the humor. We're all connected, we're all holding the true tapestry together, and we're going to make it through, and there's absolutely nothing to fear. and I love you with all my heart so much. I'm so grateful to have you. And, you know, just keep the Fool alive within you. The Fool does get through. Goodbye, my darlings.